It's great stuff.
Perry, yeah. Over to you, my friend. Yeah.
Great to have everybody on this evening, this morning, wherever you happen to be in the world. And pretty stoked to talk to you tonight. What I'm about to share with you, specifically, this is for those of you who have never seen this before. Somebody's invited you to take a look at something, and we want to share that with you. And I have watched my life become radically transformed. I mean, radically. And I'm talking in 4 months, you guys, like something we never saw coming. And but not just me. This is the amazing part is because I'm watching all kinds of people's lives get changed in a whole lot of ways, whether it's from the health standpoint or the wealth standpoint. Both are here if you'd like one or the other. And so what we're going to be talking about is what we refer to as pHix, this little guy right here. And it's what's inside that matters. And I'm going to tell you about how we got here, what the story around that real quick and kind of where we're at, but really where we're going, and which is really the point of this evening, where we are this morning. And so again, if you're on here for the first time, I will not take long, 20 minutes max, and just help you understand what it is we have our hands on. To me, I happen to be a pastor out here in Las Vegas. And with every fiber in me, I fully believe that God has dropped this right in our lap, and it was a gift from heaven, truly. And it started about 4.5, gosh, coming up on 5 months ago, April 20th. And there was a phone call between our founder, a guy named Randy Tynert, who is up in Minnesota here in the US, and a gentleman named Trey, who is the CEO of a pharmaceutical manufacturer. And they had done some business together. We do contract packaging manufacturing up in Minnesota. Randy's been doing that for about 20 years. And one of the packages we do is this little guy right here. It's called an Easy Snap. And it's not just so simple. It doesn't look like much. I'll give you that. But there are only 5 machines in the whole United States that do this packaging. 5. 3 of them are at our facility. One is at our partner's facility. And then there's one other in the US. That's it. So it's not just so simple on the technology to keep a digestible liquid or a topical liquid in there that can last, basically for decades. Maybe that's a stretch, years for sure. But it's because of how that package works. And so we've been doing that. And Randy had been doing some packaging or had some product in for Trey before COVID. And so then Randy had tossed it out because he talked to Trey and said, hey, I've had this stuff for 4 years, got to do something with it. So if I don't hear back from you, you're going to toss it. Well, sure enough, he didn't hear back from Trey, and he did, threw it away, threw it out. And so then Trey calls him on April 20th, and Randy's going, oh man, because he had already tossed that stuff. And so they're having this phone call, and Trey says, oh, I sold that business, no problem. But there's another thing I need to talk to you about. And it was because Randy had reached out to Trey about the stuff he was throwing out that they had this conversation. So Trey then starts to tell him about this extract that they had successfully retrieved from the hops flower. And Robin mentioned hops. It's used to brew beer. You guys probably know this. Been around for thousands of years. Again, as a pastor, day 4, God put this particular isolate in hops, and it's been there for 6,000 years and just waiting. And about 10 years ago, Trey's company was tasked with finding a weight loss drug. They're a pharmaceutical manufacturer. It's what they do. And they were aware, and so they went down that path, but they also were aware of some natural potential because 71 years ago in 1953, a company successfully extracted this particular isolate out of the hops flower, different from anything else that they had ever extracted. And there are different strains, if you will, in all kinds of flowers. And in this particular flower, there is this strain. Why they did that, I don't even know. I don't know if anybody knows. But here's the reality. They were able to collect a gallon of liquid from all the processing they did. Problem was, all that processing cost about $1 million. So after a couple of years of that, they were like, forget this. It's way too expensive. But in that 1 gallon, they started to see what would happen if humans took it. It started to show a potential for creating fat loss, not weight loss. want to be really clear because nobody on here, nobody you know ever wants to lose weight when they want to lose weight. Everybody wants to lose fat. That's the reality. And so if we can start to lose that, a lot of things can happen. So way too expensive. A handful of other companies were successful at extracting this particular isolate as well. Same deal, way too expensive. The best cost was $500,000 for a gallon. But they were able to do some additional testing and they found some amazing things because you guys may or may not know that we all have visceral fat. You got bad fat, good fat. The brown adipose tissue is good fat. You need it. Our bodies, as it turns out, run on fat. I mean, they run on four things: fat, carbohydrates, protein, and minerals. All four are needed in the body. And a lot of our body runs on fat. Our brain is 60% fat. Our nervous system is 83% fat. You must have fat in your body. The problem is when you get too much of the white adipose tissue, visceral fat, belly fat, the bad fat, it starts to lead to other symptoms. Now, we didn't know this 4 months ago. All we heard was, hey, this thing, here was the original message. You can put this in alcohol and lose weight. And we were like, are you kidding? Man, a lot of people are going to like that. But so that was our original message because people were really excited about that. But over time, we started to hear stories about what was happening in people's lives when they started taking this. And we're listening to this and we're going, how is that happening? Well, as it turns out, excess visceral fat leads to other things like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, heart issues, cholesterol, autoimmune, inflammation, digestive issues, cognitive issues, all these things that here in the US, and for those Kiwis on here, you guys, New Zealand and the US are the only two countries in the world that allow for prescription drugs to be advertised. Only two countries. Every other commercial that we have, if you're ever watching TV here, is all about pharmaceutical drugs. And those symptoms that I just talked about, almost every one of them is about those symptoms. Almost every one. So when we started to realize if people took this and they could reduce their visceral fat, all of a sudden it might have an impact in these other areas. And daggum, you guys, if that didn't happen, that is exactly what we started hearing from people. We're going, this is amazing. This is when, about a month and a half ago, as we started to really understand what was happening, we began to realize this is going to change the world. I mean, change the world. This is not hype. I'm telling you with everything in me, as we watch the results, people are excited about what's happening and they're willing and eager to share with other people. And as we start to see the health benefit of this, not to mention, it's really fun to talk about because everybody likes squirting it in a drink. You know, I just put it in this thing just before we started. So there it is. You squirt this in a beverage. Now, why is any of this important? As we start to look at what this does, understand this, that what we're really talking about is burning fat smarter, not harder. That's what this ultimately comes down to. And if you can do that, if people could really truly burn fat on a more regular basis, specifically the bad fat, that's the big deal here, the bad fat, all of a sudden they can get pretty darn healthy over a period of time. The trials that were done on 90-day windows. Okay, so 90 days. So we started. For me, when I started on this, I'm taking this for the rest of my life. It's the answer to the question. Why? Because I want more and more of my visceral fat gone. I want it gone. And so I'm a pretty healthy guy already. Not everybody's healthy. People have other issues going on, but we've watched this stuff go after those things as well. So if you could burn fat on a more regular basis, that would be amazing. And this is a paradigm shift because when you start talking about losing fat, most people call it weight, you start talking about diet, exercise, cutting out alcohol, things like that. And if you're going to go to a personal trainer, they're going to tell you all that stuff. And it's not that those things are not good. They are. You should eat right. You should exercise. You should do those things. Your body's made for that. And here's the crazy part. The trials showed people with this losing weight without doing any of that because their fat was being affected on a regular basis. This has never existed before. So a lot of people, when you see this, you're going to try to put this in a category, just like we did. You're going to say, oh, this is like, no. And the answer is never. It's not like anything else. It has never existed before. This stuff that's in here has never existed for the human masses to be able to take. A few people with that one little gallon over every other decade or so, that was about it. But on a large scale, never. Plant-based, natural, odorless, tasteless, colorless, no side effects, zero side effects. You can give this to a 2-year-old. Oh, you can give it to a pet. I have people asking. We're like, yes, please give it to a pet. Let's see what happens. And so I have a friend, he's got a 27-pound cat. I'm like, bro, you need to fix that cat. When I say fix, I mean fix that cat. And so we're asking him to do that to see if Chester can drop his weight. When these guys finally figured out this other process to do this, to do it at pennies on the dollars, they put a patent on it. Because what had happened with the team that was working on this, I skipped this one part. With Trey and his company, once they were tasked with finding this drug, they knew of the research that had happened that I mentioned to you. Well, they started down that path as well, and they had ran into the same thing. The cost was just way too much. But one night, one of the scientists has a dream. I'm not making this up. He has a dream, and in this dream, he sees a different way to potentially extract this isolate. Sure enough, they go back in, they pivot, start trying to do that, and it works. And so they finally were able to bring the cost way down to be able to bring it to the market. Once they did that, they have a pending patent on their process. The reason it's pending and always will be is because if it's once it's patented fully, others can see how that process works. We don't ever want anybody else to see that process. It's taken 70 years for anybody to figure out already. Hopefully it takes another 70 years for anybody else to figure it out. So we have a massive head start over everybody else. Brought a product to the market. Gentleman that was in, a business consultant, about 3 days ago. We're looking at doing some major things to make this opportunity even better than what it is right now. And this business consultant is looking at all of this. And he says, what you guys have here is a category creator. This doesn't fit in any category. That's why when I'm saying we want to try to put it somewhere, it doesn't fit. This is its own thing, its own category. This is why many of the people that are on here, you guys have looked at this, you see it, and you're like, oh my gosh. And you immediately see how big this is going to be. But you can't quite describe it because it is a category creator. So we have our hands on something absolutely amazing that is changing lives in short order. It's been amazing. It works with any kind of drink, including adult beverages, which is just amazing. Now, here's what's going on. All right, here's the whole thing. You paid a bunch of money to get on the Zoom, I know, but right here, this 2 minutes right here, this is what the whole thing is. So we take in food, like I said, protein, carbs, fat, minerals. Most don't take in enough minerals, but most take in a lot of carbohydrates and fat. And we do that because they taste really good, okay? And so we probably take in too much. Now, all of those calories that we take in, if you don't burn them up, you start to save them like every other human being starts to get saved as white adipose tissue because your body is saving that energy, which is what calories are, energy. It saves it for later use. It just so happens that it saves it as bad fat, visceral, white adipose tissue. And your physique starts to look like this. I live in a 55 and over community. And whenever I go to the pool, I see a bunch of bathing suits. But the same physique is in every one of those bathing suits. It looks just like that. And so what pHix does, it starts to activate the brown adipose tissue. And it starts a thermogenic response, doesn't matter, it goes into the body, and then it starts to burn up the white adipose tissue because of a signal that is sent from the BAT. It's just like if someone was shivering. So a lot of people are all about cold plunge right now. It's a freaking ice bath is what it is. And when you do that, when you get in 32-degree water, your body temperature starts to plummet. Well, your body, by nature, it wants to save its own life. So it starts this shivering process that creates heat, thermogenics. And so in that process, the brown adipose tissue is activated because it's got this life-saving mechanism. And when it does that, it sends a signal to the brain, and then it goes to the body to start to burn up white adipose tissue. And when you shiver, here's the amazing part. You burn 400 calories an hour shivering, if you didn't know that. The unique part of shivering is all those calories come from white adipose tissue, visceral fat. So if you could shiver for 12 hours a day, you did that for a couple of weeks, man, whoo, you'd be looking hot because you'd be dropping 2 pounds a day of fat, bad fat. So over the course of a month, you're talking about 60 pounds gone and all of it bad fat. So that would be great. The problem is you can't do that. You can't shiver that long. So what this guy does, it elicits the same response in the body as if you were shivering without the shiver. This goes in, it starts on that BAT just like shivering does, and it starts to burn up the white adipose tissue, but you're just living your life. So you get with one snap up to a 9-hour burn. Your body's just in there burning up, eating up that white adipose tissue, that extra energy that's been stored. That's exactly what's going on. And you can put this in coffee, orange juice, iced tea, soda, water. You can put it in scotch, mojitos, whiskey, shots, white wine, red wine, beer. You can put it in anything you want. Any beverage, just like that. You just squirt it into a beverage, and all of a sudden you have transformation in a snap. Body transformation in a snap. That's what this is all about. And now we have a bunch of social media influencers who they could pop this little video, just do that right there, and they'll have hundreds of thousands of views and thousands of people saying, hey, how do I get that? And they're just coming in droves. I mean, literally. So this transcends anything that we've ever done, anything we've ever thought about, because we have winery owners that want this in their winery. We have bar owners, restaurant owners, and gym owners. I mean, the fact that we have one product that wineries want because they would love to introduce their winery wine people to this, to pop it in their wine, and we have gym owners because of the health benefits of it. Just almost nothing does that. That's crazy, the gambit. But that's what we have our hands on, guys. And our big advantage is that we manufacture and package everything in-house. We do this. We have the licensing and we do all the packaging. We are not white labeling somebody else's stuff. That's not what's happening here. And we also have a marketplace already. We've been around for 2 years already. We have a marketplace of products that has already existed before pHix ever showed up. And the thing about pHix is it's different than anything else. All the things we have, the weight management products, health and wellness, the travel platform is bomb. I mean, you can save a lot of money on our travel platform, but they're all good. They're good, but there's a lot of good products out there. pHix, there is nothing like this. And as soon as we saw this, we were about to launch another product, but when we saw this, we were like, oh my goodness, this is what we've been getting ready for, and we did not even know it. And so we also have global footprint in place, all the logistics in Asia, Africa, Australia, Europe, and the US. We've already got that for our product line, and we're, the products that we sell in those countries. What we're doing right now is getting pHix licensed in all of those different countries that we're in already, and ultimately in all 200 countries and territories. So this is a very big deal, and the majority of the work, particularly the tough stuff, has all been done. You're seeing this at a time when we are flying. So, so with that, if you just are interested in the health piece of this, great. But like I said, there's a wealth piece to this. It's really, really simple. I love this because we have two teams, a left and a right. And everybody that you introduce or anybody that ever shows up after you on your team, whether you put them in or somebody else does, they have to go on your left or your right. They just have to go on one team or the other. And as those teams grow, your income grows. And so it doesn't matter how many people you put in, 1, 12, 100. It doesn't matter. Whatever the number is, it is. That's going to continue to grow. And for everybody, whoever comes in forever after you on that team, you can get paid. Whether it's new enrollments, whether it's people who have monthly auto ships for whatever product. Tonight, we're talking about pHix, miscellaneous orders, just add-on orders, other things, retail sales, customers, international sales, people in other countries. You may never meet the people. You might not even be able to speak their language. It does not matter. Everybody counts forever. Why is that important? Because of this right here. With 50 people on each team, not 50 that you put in, 50 that have shown up, whether you put them in, those people put in, those people put in, other people may be placing people on your team. All those things all count. 50 people on each team, you're looking at $700 a month, US. That's just at the minimum. People buying, just buying the pHix every month, and that's that. As that number goes up, so does your income. I mean, you can make $100,000 a week if you would like in our comp plan. That's available here. So I happen to believe, this is just my personal opinion, I've been around this industry for 53 years, and I believe we are going to have an inordinately high percentage of people that are making $5,000 a month and more. And the reason is 300 people on each team is nothing anymore. Nothing. People are doing this in a matter of a month, literally going from 0 to 10, 20,000 a month. That's not just one person. That's a handful of people that have already done that in the last 7 weeks. My goodness. So we're talking about what can be life transformational, because we do this all as a team, you guys. This is not about what you do. It's about what we do. And it's about a product whose time has come. It's fun. It's viral. It's sexy. People like to talk about it. Social media loves it. Social media influencers can make bank. I talked about all the entities that like having this in their place of business. And it solves a problem that is desperately needed in our world today, because all the stuff that people take to try to lose weight all has these massive side effects. This has zero. So literally, guys, we are hitting the market at the perfect time with a product that has never existed, that actually works. It's 100% natural. Your body never builds up a resistance to it because you're not putting anything foreign in it. It's plants, it's flour. And so we have this very, very unique situation at this point. We have all the systems and tools already in place. That's been done as well. All the training. We have a training happening, what's today? Right. So you guys will all be asleep over there, 9 a.m. on Pacific time on Saturday morning. We have a corporate call. We're going to be releasing some information on that. Amazing stuff that's going to make this go even faster. It's going to be awesome where we're headed, you guys, the rest of this year. We do in-person trainings. If you know people here in the US, you got to get them to this event right here, October 11th to the 13th. This is going to be the sounding gun. We've been building a foundation. At that point, it'll be about 26 months. Just building the foundation. And now we are ready to go. We'll have tens of thousands of people that have joined this year, tens of thousands. And I mean, I'm talking since pHix we launched this in mid-June. And next year, it'll be hundreds of thousands. And the year after that, it will be millions. Millions of people are going to want this all over the planet. And so you can benefit from all of that. So if you like what you're seeing here, 3 things, just because we're a global entity. Here in the US, it's $30 to be a rep, $30. There's a 72 snap kit that's available at $200. So here in the US, it's about $240 all in. In Australia, instead of the $29.95, it's $9.95. I think there's an extra dollar on there thanks to the government stuff. So like $11, and you're in as a business. With that, you get the 72 snap kit as well. So turns out to be about $211, $220 US. I think that turns into just over 300 Aussie. And then for those of you on here from Africa, it's $9.95 to be a rep in Africa. 2 options. You've got a $100 option on the snaps and a $200 option on the snaps, whichever somebody wants to get in with. So we're about to launch. We just launched the UK a week ago. Launched the UK. This Saturday, you're going to hear some amazing news about the Philippines and some really cool news about UK. Yeah. So we have some other things in the works as well, guys. So we're going global, and this is ultimately going to be something that we believe is going to take over the world. So we have a lot of people that are winning already. I mean, in short order, guys, because like I said, we just have a product whose time has come, and it's just different than anything else any of us have ever experienced. So with that, give me just a second here, gang. Bill, I'm going to see if anybody has, let me check the chat here real quick. If you guys like what you're seeing, for those of you who are guests on here, get back with the person that invited you. They can get you connected in whatever part of the world you happen to be in. We know it's different country to country because we are just now adding countries, okay? And each of those countries has their own regulations, unfortunately. And so the cost is different, taxes are different, everything's different, and we can't go as fast as we would like to, but we're going at the speed of business. Yep, Ireland. See, Ireland is in. You can jump in Ireland. You just got to do it with travel right now. But can we join in New Zealand? Yep, you can. Yep. So okay. Looks like we don't have any questions in there. So Bill and Robin, I don't know if we had any testimonies on here. Anybody? We have any product testimonies for anybody?
Let's see who we have here.
Is Tioni on?
Oh no, she's not on tonight.
Okay.
I'm just looking through the Mega Brady bunch here. I know Julie had a great testimony she gave a little while ago. I'm not sure whether Julie's on.
Leanne, is Julie?
I'm here.
Hey, Julie.
I'm here. Yes. Hi, everyone. Yes, I've had an amazing couple of weeks on pHix. Apologies, my video's not working. But yeah, no, I'd love to share. I've been on pHix for, as I said, for 2 weeks, actually 2 weeks yesterday. Look, I don't have much weight to lose, but what I have experienced without actually changing my diet, increasing my exercise, or increasing my water take, is I think is amazing. Basically, I've had arthritis in both of my hands, and I feel that they've significantly improved. I feel less bloated. What I'm loving is my appetite suppressed. I have more energy. I feel like I'm surviving on about 6 or 7 hours a night's sleep. And I'm normally, 7, 8, 9 hour girl. More energy. I haven't measured myself this week, but last week, after 7 days, I'd lost a total of 10.5 centimeters. But I can actually feel that I've lost more this week around my body. My clothes are so much baggy, not baggy, but a lot more looser. And another bonus is I've got less aches and pains. I don't find that I'm having to, like when I go to the gym and I'm getting up to and up like from stretching, I'm not like going, oh God, that's hard work. There's no pain there anymore. Yeah, and the fact that I'm feeling more satiated after my meals is such a bonus because I always feel like I'm looking for food my whole life, but I just feel that I've relaxed more. It's such an incredible feeling. It just blows me away. So I so believe that this product, it's so much more than about fat loss. It's the benefits that I've experienced. Just honestly, it completely blows my mind. I was saying to my husband tonight that I still can't believe it after only 2 weeks. What I've experienced is, yeah, it's just amazing. It really is.
Nice.
I'm forever grateful, Bill and Robin. Absolutely. And Terry, thank you. Loving it. Loving the journey so far.
It's a great journey.
Yeah, thank you so much, Julie. That's awesome. And some people asked about some of the other things. I mean, I would love to talk about them. You can't imagine how much I would love to talk about these other things. Unfortunately, because we're on a Zoom and we have all kinds of people on, I cannot go into those things just because we cannot make claims. What Julie just referenced is her results. That does not mean anybody else is going to get those results, you guys. just so you know.
Thanks, Terry.
Yeah.
I meant to mention that.
Oh,
Sorry.
it's all
Thank
good. No,
you.
it's all good, hon. I'm just like, I'm looking at these. I'm like, I see the testimony on here about the acupuncture, better circulation. Yeah, that's 1,000% right. When your body's operating the way God intended it to, that's exactly what happens. It starts to heal itself. Again, I can't get into it. All I can say is this. I dare you. I dare you to try it for 90 days. I dare you to try it and watch what happens in your own life. Because you're gonna be like the rest of us. You'll be a believer. So I see some hands up here. I'm hoping for the response I'm about to get. Rachel?
Astrid's got a testimonial. She just wanted to share quickly, Terry.
Oh, okay.
I could have waited. It's okay.
Give me a sec, Astrid. Give me a sec. Okay, Rachel, I see your hand is up. Is that a question or a testimony?
Yeah. No, it's not a testimony because I haven't got my product yet. I'm in the UK. But
What are you waiting for?
well, I'm being
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
no, but I'm being sent some ahead of time, which is great, so I can get started earlier.
Okay.
No, my question is for all the people who ask me about emotional eating, if you've got a response to this. So when people say, oh, well, if someone, in order to feel safe, will keep their weight on, would that, fight against the power of SNAP working, of pHix working, emotional eating, when people hold on to weight no matter what diet they do, or there's some way they sabotage. I just wondered if you've come across that.
Go ahead, Terry.
I'm not going to answer that, but what I'm going to do is leave this up while I talk about other things. What this is from a doctor who is prescribing, a functional medical doctor that is prescribing this to his patients, specifically for fat loss. And these are the types of things that they are hearing back from patients. And you'll see in here, if you read through this list, I mean, I don't know if some of you ladies on here, number 14 might be of interest to you. But one of the things that is in there is the diet. It's less hungry, eating differently, smaller amounts. Everybody's different. Some people eat more because their body is on fire. When I say on fire, in a good way, it's like the energy is rolling, and so they want more. They tend to have more energy, though. There we go. Number 13. See number 13 right there?
Yes. Yeah, I read about the dopamine thing. So I thought that could easily counteract someone who's been in a cycle for years.
Yeah.
I've been in a cycle for years, but I'm really positive this time because I was about to start keto, and it was like a miracle that the message came through from a friend in Australia saying, have a look at this. And I thought, crikey, that timing's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Here's the thing.
About to do keto.
Yeah, here's the thing, you guys. This is not a drug. This is not masking symptoms. That is not what this does. That's why I said it's a different thing than any of us have ever experienced. Any of us. So this is why I'm saying how you respond to this, how your body, based on what you have done to your body and put in your body over the last decades of your life, have a different response than anybody else. So we don't know specifically how that's going to roll out in your particular case. What it does at the end of the day, this is my personal opinion, a lay comment on it, is it starts the engine that the body once started to cause it to operate the way God intended it to be operated. And because of that, you get healthier. That's all I can say. I mean, I could say a lot more. I'll just get in trouble. Go ahead.
I was just going to say,
wait a minute. Rachel, you're muted there. Sorry.
I was just going to add something.
I was just going to say that Kat in the comments has put emotional eating has been more under control. I've been on the product for 8 days now. So yeah, just thank you.
Beautiful.
Just from a naturopathic perspective, and over many years, one of the things that a byproduct, and you will have this, if you listen to the roundtable of doctors, they actually give a very a basic explanation of what happens behind the scenes from with regards to adrenal glands and cortisol levels. And that's usually tied into emotional eating and stress, and the reason you hold on to a lot of fat, not just water. So I think that'll give you a bit of insight. There's a lot of really, really positive things that will come of it as you and listen to it, just to have confidence that in your situation that I'm sure that you'll find many benefits.
Yep. Yep. Let me, Astrid, I'll come to you in just a sec. Andrew and Lucy, I saw your hand is up. Go ahead.
Andrew.
Yeah, thank you. Look, on your screen, it's T and M. I'm sorry, what's your first name?
Sorry, it's Terry. Forgot to change that.
Thanks, Terry. Thanks, Lucy. Thanks, Terry. Lucy and I have been on this for 3 days, and we're already getting some benefits and very excited with it. I heard you say it's flour and vegetable. Does that mean it's kosher?
So it's just one extract out of the hops flour is all it is. It can be certified as kosher if we choose to pay the money, which I know there are two pieces to it. One is already certified, one isn't. We're just looking at doing that. It's organic, it's kosher, it's gluten-free. We just don't have a lot of that on the packaging. But
okay, great. Okay, that's a good answer. We've got friends in America who are Jewish, and we'll have a talk to them about that. And our friend Jill, I'm asking on behalf of Jill, does it assist with arthritis? Do you know?
I think Julie was talking about that very thing. And let's say this, it helps with inflammation. I'm not sure what arthritis comes from, but it helps with inflammation.
Okay, great. Thank you. Love the presentation. Catch you up soon.
Thank you so much.
We've
Astrid,
only been on it for 3 days and we've lost 1 kilo each.
there you go. Hope you don't find that again.
Well, okay. Very funny. Naughty.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Love that. Love that. All right, Astrid, talk to us. Then we'll wrap it up.
Hey, well, since yesterday, I've actually been on it 3 weeks now. I think I was one of the early ones in Australia.
Holy moly, you're one of those. Okay.
Yeah, lucky me. In about 10 or 12 days, I decided my size 18 pants were loose. And I went down to the shop I had bought them from only a few months before. And I bought a size 14 and they fit me.
Wow.
So I could never get size 14 over my hips. So I've lost a really good proportion. And I'm in size 14 shorts and 14, I feel good. I absolutely feel amazing. I'd love to share an image, but I don't know if I'm allowed. But am I allowed to share an image?
Yeah.
It's only my personal. Can you enable me?
Hang on. Think.
Because I think this shows. I know it's my in boot camp clothes, but that's okay.
Go ahead.
Yes, it's safe for breastfeeding.
So this is when I started and just my journey. And I'm getting comments from my friends and family that my face, the chubbiness in my face has dropped. I don't know. Can you see that big enough?
Yeah. We're there.
So, wow. It's great to see the transition. I had to show it
Nice.
The whole weeks. I mean, I'm still working on continuing, but the inflammation in my hands has reduced a lot. I'm not using Nasonex or Sinex spray in the morning. I'm not waking up with hay fever any morning. I think I'm clear as anything when I wake up. My inflammation in my feet have gone down. I think the snoring is eased because, especially my husband, because we're both on it. So it's great to actually feel and not have that chubbiness in my face. It's just amazing. And my skin just feels really good.
Yeah.
And what else was there? Oh, just being in size 14 clothes was absolutely just blows me away. And it's like, I mean, I've still got the belly, it's still coming down. I think I lost about 8 centimeters around my stomach.
In 3 weeks. So.
In 3 weeks. So, you know, it's an amazing transformation, and I'm so looking forward to reducing more fat, getting rid of the fat. Fat be gone. That's what.
There you go. Snap your fat off. That's it. That's it. Drink and
snap
drink.
your fat off. But yeah, I'm totally enjoying it, and I've got people in, and people are following me. So
yeah,
I think when I share my results on Facebook, that's actually what for me is getting people in. So
awesome.
Don't be scared to share on socials your pictures, personal pictures, because it's what brings people into.
Here's what I was thinking the other day. About a year from now, we're going to be the sexiest group of people on the planet. That's what I'm talking about right there, because everybody's going to be looking hot, going to be really, really healthy. It's going to be awesome. Can't wait. So, all right, I could answer questions all night, and I would, because I just like doing it. I like answering questions. So I see 2 hands are up. I will do this, and then we'll be done. Warwick and Julie, go ahead.
Excuse me. Oh, I won't unmute.
Yes.
I was unmuted. Okay. We've joined up, but we haven't got our products as yet. But there's certainly some amazing testimonials out there. Now, you're saying there before about the brain is covered in fat. Do you have any testimonials on Alzheimer's and also Parkinson's? Do you know of anything?
So I'm not going to get into that, but we have some functional medical doctors that are seeing, I'll just say, results. So again, when you have too much fat, that's one of the things that becomes an issue. As a matter of fact, Dr. Ben Bowers, when he has his patients come in, he measures around the skull, because of the reduced fat will actually reduce the size of the skull. So, I mean, I never would have thought about that. I never get the tape measure out and measure my head unless, of course, it's a hat. But this is one of the things he's doing. So I would just say this, stay tuned.
Yeah, well.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
You bet. And then Nikki.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. We got you.
Yep. Hi. Look, I'm so excited about this and waiting for my product to come. What excites me even more is for animals. You've mentioned animals a couple of times. If so, I have a pug renowned for weight gain. How much would you give to a dog?
I would just start with 1 snap a day, pop it in the water bowl.
Right, because I mean that's just I see people every day healing and stuff, energy work. But the amount of animals I also have infrared light and that, and people are always talking about their animals overweight. Apart from humans, this is huge because vets just useless with different things. This would just be an absolute game changer for so many animals in their lives and their owners. And that needs to be brought about. Can I, when I'm talking to people about it, use that? Is that okay? Is that safe
I think
to
we
say?
need to get some. I think we need to get some results before. I had mentioned this way early on to our partner entity, the pharmaceutical guys, and I saw this big question mark go over their head, and they hadn't ever done it on animals, and he's like, "Why didn't we ever do that?" And I'm thinking, I don't know why you didn't do that. It's a pretty good market. So right now it's a little too premature to say that can work. But here's the thing, Nikki, it's not going to hurt the animal.
Yeah.
Right. So
we actually have 2 vets. We actually have 2 vets that have joined in Australia, and I think stay tuned. We'll know a little bit more in the next little while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do a lot of red light therapy with animals and that here as well for joints and things like that. If I could just sort of start with my dog quietly, that again just adds to everything and blows it out just even further. So it makes it even more exciting.
100%. And people love their pets, and so it's
They do. They love them a bit too much sometimes.